Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today's reaction is going to be the Donald Trump indictment. So, I don't know if you all heard, but Donald Trump has been indicted. I believe it was 37 counts I guess, mishandling mishandling classified documentation. And yeah, he's been indicted. So, I'm going to pull up this article here from The Guardian. Let's take a look here. Oh, sorry, that was that. And we'll take a look here. So this is from The Guardian. Donald Trump indictment charging Trump with mishandling classified documents unsealed. So, okay. Donald Trump twice disclosed national security information in separate incidents in 2021 and took steps to retain classified documentation documents that he knew he could not keep because they had been subpoenaed by the Justice Department, according to the sprawling 37-count indictment unsealed Friday. The charging papers also revealed Trump hoarded materials of the highest sensitivity after he left the White House, including documents on the U.S. nuclear programs, potential military vulnerabilities of the United States and allies, and the plans for U.S. retaliation in the event of an attack. The special counsel, Jack Smith, who is obviously a leftist shill, who is leading the Mar-a-Lago documents case, said in a brief remark Friday that his office intends to seek a speedy trial. Of course they do. They're trying to destroy Donald Trump. They do not want him to be the next president of the United States because they know all hell will break loose on their side. Adding that was consistent with public interest. Nobody in the public wanted this. Pure bullshit. That's what that is. That's pure bullshit. If you're going to indict Trump, you got to indict Biden, because at least Trump was the president and had the authority to declassify documents. Joe Biden, zero authority, and he had a garage full of those fucking things. However, Smith did not say exactly when the trial may be possible. I'm telling you, if Donald Trump is the nominee, it's going to happen next year. The trial will happen in 2024. They want to drag and smear him through the mud. But again, the left doesn't realize that this just emboldens Trump and his supporters, and it shows how much of a one-sided sham this whole process is. The unsealed indictment named the former president's valet, Walt Natwa as a co-defendant, hopefully I said that correctly, as co-defendant, alleging that he entered into a conspiracy with Trump to obstruct justice, withheld documents or records, corruptly concealed documents in the federal investigation, engaged in a scheme to conceal, and made false statements. The purpose of the conspiracy was for Trump to keep classified documents he has taken with him from the White House and to hide and conceal them from the federal grand jury. He didn't hide them. He had them in a room. Extremely secured. Was even told by the FBI to add additional security measures to that room, and did so. Federal prosecutors presented the evidence that Trump shares materials concerning the U.S. plan of attack against Iran in July 2021 meeting at his Bedminster Golf Club in New Jersey, where he was recorded urging his guests to read the document while admitting it was a secret and not declassified. Yeah, I want to see proof of that there, buddy. I want to see proof of that. Hey, guys, gather around. Look what I have. I have these secret documents. You want to see what they say in them? Yeah, give me a fucking break. I bet you that did not happen. The second incident in the indictment occurs months later in August or September 2021, when Trump shared a top-secret military map with a staffer at his political action committee, but he admitted he should not be showing the map because it was classified and the staffer should not get too close. Both meetings appeared to demonstrate that Trump knew not only the contents of the documents were related to national defense information, as prescribed in the statute Trump was charged under, but he also knew that he was disseminating their contents to people unauthorized to see them. So who did you pay off to get that? Again, where's the proof there? Love to see all this proof. In the manner in which the material was stored, stuffed boxes piled up in various locations around Mar-a-Lago, including a ballroom, a toilet, and a storage room, meant that Trump employees without security clearances were also inadvertently exposed to classified information. Yeah. Prove it. Where are the photos? Let's see the photos of how they were handled. This looks like a room. Let me see. Boxes of records on December 2021 in storage room of Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach, Florida. So where, like, all right, so you see a box on the floor here. There's some documents this box must have fell, right? So A, who took this photo? B, who had access to that room, and what was the security like to that room? I want to see photos of how it was secured, because this could have been just some FBI agent knocking that shit over, and then it fell over and he just took a picture, and now he's presenting it to the American public saying, oh, look, see, there's boxes all over the place. There's paper, there's classified documents all over the floor. So long story short, and again, I'm not going to continue on with this, but the reality is that that they want Trump. They want him gone. They don't want him to run for president again. And, you know, if he came out tomorrow and he says, all right, I'm no longer going to be I no longer want to run for president of the United States, I bet you all this shit goes away. All of it. But Trump should not step down. Should not step down. So the indictment came down. Donald Trump goes on Truth Social and gives his response. So we're going to listen to that together.
A popular president, a president that got more votes than any sitting president in the history of our country, by far, and did much better the second time in the election.
Yeah, well, the Democrats would tell you that Joe Biden got the most votes in history, 81 million. Can you believe that? No, it's not true.
Then the first, and they go after him on a boxes hoax, just like the Russia hoax and all of the others.
The whole Russia thing turned out to be a whole scam devised by Hillary Clinton.
It's been going on for 7 years. They can't stop because it's election interference at the highest level. There's never been anything like what's happened. I'm an innocent man. I'm an innocent person. They had the Mueller hoax, the Mueller report, and that came out. No collusion after 2.5 years. That was set up by Hillary Clinton and Democrats. But this is what they do. This is what they do so well. If they would devote their energies to honesty and integrity, it would be a lot better for our country.
Instead, they want to steal elections. They want an open border. And the cost of goods have gone through the roof. But guess what? They want to get Donald Trump. They don't give a fuck about the American people. They don't care about you and me. They don't. It's about maintaining power and rule. They don't care about us.
They could do a lot better. They could do a lot of great things. But when you look at what's happened to our country in the last 3 years,
terrible.
We're energy independent. We had a strong military that wasn't woke.
Yeah.
We were doing
now they're
so
all
well.
walking
We were
around in
respected
fucking
all
drag.
over the world. Got the biggest tax cuts in history, biggest regulation cuts in history. And what do? You have a president where an election was taken, got more votes than any sitting president.
Yeah, you're telling me that Joe Biden got more votes than Barack Obama, the first African-American president of the United States? Give me a break. Joe Biden's the biggest racist president I've ever seen in my life, in my lifetime.
In history by far, never anything even close. And they come after me because now we're leading in the polls again by a lot against Biden and against the Republicans by a lot. But we're leading against Biden by a lot, a tremendous amount. And we went up to a level that they figure the way they're going to stop us is by using what's called warfare. And that's what it is. This is warfare for the law. And we can't.
This is the type of shit that you see in like third world countries and in communist countries where they go after their political opponents.
Let it happen. We can't let it happen. Our country is going to hell. And they come after Donald Trump weaponizing the Justice Department, weaponizing the FBI. We can't let this continue to go on because it's ripping our country to shreds.
It's terrible.
We have such big problems, and this shouldn't be one of them. It's a hoax.
You got a huge drug and opioid epidemic in the country. I talk about this in some other videos of mine, and I'll keep bringing it up. And every time, I grew up in Philadelphia, and the area where I grew up in Kensington is like walking zombies. Like, these folks are doped up on fentanyl, and they're and these Democrats do nothing about it. They do nothing about it. Nothing. People are literally dying on the streets in Philadelphia. Literally dying. Cops can't do anything about it. They give them Narcan, which Narcan, I believe, doesn't even have any bearing on fentanyl. It's disgusting. That's what the left thinks of Americans.
The whole thing is a hoax, just like Russia, just like the fake dossier was a hoax. You saw the Durham report. You saw the Mueller report. It was all a big hoax. You had 2 impeachments, and they lost and we won. And we had tremendous support. But that was a hoax and a scam. And now they're doing it again. It's just a continuation, 7 years, even after I'm out. But it's called election interference. They're trying to destroy a reputation so they can win an election.
Mm-hmm.
That's just as bad as doing any of the other things that have been done over the last number of years, and especially during the 2020 election.
Yep. And I'll tell you, RFK, who is the closest competitor to Joe Biden, and he should primary Joe Biden because Joe Biden is in no position to be a president. And you don't want Kamala Harris. She's a fucking nut. So, and they don't want RFK to run. They don't want him to be the nominee. So they're out there destroying his name, calling him crazy and all these other crazy names, because they know that they have Biden's the puppet, and then there's people behind the scenes pulling the strings. Like, do you really think for a moment that Biden is coming up with any sort of policy today, or Biden has any sort of agenda? No, it's his people behind the scenes pulling the strings. The guy Biden doesn't even do a press conference. And I heard Karine Jean-Pierre say that his schedule is only from he only does events from noon to 4 p.m. It's ridiculous. Whereas President Trump gets up early in the morning to meet a fallen soldier at an airport base.
So I just want to tell you, I'm an innocent man. I did nothing wrong. And we will fight this out just like we've been fighting for 7 years. It would be wonderful if we could devote our full time to making America great again. And that's exactly what we did. But now, again, our country is in decline. We're a failing nation. And this is what they do. I'm an innocent man. We will prove that again. 7 years of proving it. And here we go again. Very unfair. But that's the way it is. I just want to thank everybody. We are doing something very special for our country. We're putting America first. I always put America first. And that's why we were in a position. Unfortunately, that position is no longer valid because they've done such a poor job.
Yep.
But we're in a position where we're going to make America great again. I'm innocent, and we will prove that very, very soundly and hopefully very quickly. Thank you very much.
So there you have it, folks. My full support is behind the president, Trump. I hope that, he's able to pull through this, and there isn't any sort of other forces that drag this on much longer than it actually needs to. Again, I think these charges are, no pun intended, trumped up to get him to fall out of the race. So, but I want to know what you think. Please leave a comment down below. Love to hear your thoughts on the Trump indictment. If you're enjoying the content and if I earned your subscription today, please hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps the channel. And most importantly, hit that thumbs up button that helps the algorithm recommend our videos. So thank you, appreciate you, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one.